Hi students, welcome to today's lesson. Our topic is the language experience approach. What will you learn? You will learn what the language experience approach is, the steps for implementing the approach in the classroom, and one advantage and one disadvantage of the approach. Now, what is the language experience approach? The language experience approach is one that is based on the philosophy: what I say, I can write; what I write, I can read. It is also based on children's existing experience of language and incorporates reading, writing, listening, and speaking activities. What are the steps of the approach? The steps involve, first, a shared experience, out of which students will dictate a composition that the teacher will write on the board. Next, the students will read their composition aloud, and then they will copy it from the board in their books. The final activity is vocabulary learning activities, and this is done to facilitate students' learning of the vocabulary of their composition. Now, one advantage of this approach is that students see themselves as readers and writers, and that is what you want to achieve. But one disadvantage is that language confusion might occur as the home language and second language are used in the classroom. And these are important for you to remember as you use this approach. Now, what have you learned from this lesson? You have learned what the language experience approach is, the steps for implementation, and one advantage and one disadvantage. As an assignment, you will write a reflection on the philosophy of this approach, the steps in this approach, and how valuable these are. In the next lesson, we will examine the communicative language teaching approach. I hope you learned the main points of this lesson. Goodbye, students.